Yo, this is Dova Blackhat Gaming. I do RPG games like Elder Scrolls and Fallout and many more. Subscribe to see more and enjoy the video.
Lull more. Skyrim Outpost of Sofasil. Chronographer Station number 4. Snowthroat Monitor. Not working. Disrepair. Things are going wrong at the top of the world, and we feel it at the bottom. Why? Boss Numenar wants to know. Talk to him at the center tower. If you'll excuse poor little me, I have a new body to find. Off I roll.
The Tales of Serana and her charming death assassin. I'd actually want to read that.
Go ahead, make my day. Accepting. I like new things, and I was curious. I once broke into the Watchman headquarters dressed as one of them. Now I don't like new things. New things mean trouble. Trouble is dealt with accordingly. Normally, outsider, I'd throw you off the edge of Lull more. But you return with Lavados. So I'll give you a chance. As much as I'm wary of Lavados' schemes, we are a bit desperate down here. He's broken. His mind is damaged in a way I don't fully understand. Mad though he may be, he has insights that sometimes help us, sometimes harm us. He brings things, people, and it is usually a 50% chance that it turns out bad for us. So that's a chance I'll give. I have with me an old septum, a coin, tarnished on one side, much like your empire outside. I will flip it, and if it lands on the unsullied side, you may stay. Otherwise, you will find your home in the equations below. Seems Sofasil smiles on you today, outsider. Let us hope he does the same for us. Now, speak freely, Outlander, or go away. It's a cutting sphere, a Dwemer creation. Round, yet sharp. It's my only trophy these days, for what little comfort it actually brings. I'm the Sentry. As highest-ranking chronographer, I keep everyone in line, and keep our tower operating. Not the best job, but That's a watchman. In the Clockwork City, they were our guards. But they haven't worked for a while. I've been trying to restore him, to give the place more security. The only thing you need to know about me is that I don't trust you. But I don't trust anyone. Don't hold it against yourself, though I doubt you're a nice enough person to do so. There was a time when... Never mind. We have our jobs to do around here, and that is what I do. I can see his logic, however twisted, but he didn't tell you what was the problem, did he? That's not his style. He's not good with words, or speaking, or handling machinery. He broke the upgate on his way out, for one thing. I am better at explaining, so let me try. We are chronographers, fabricant servants of the god Set. We monitor time and space and stop it from collapsing in on itself. One of the ways we do so is by overseeing the towers. This particular tower that we sit under is Snowthroat, known as the Throat of the World. But it is malfunctioning. The towers are one of the most essential mechanisms of the world, the pinpoints of the Wheels of Lull. Yet one by one they are slowly dying. For years we have watched the most essential pieces of Snowthroat, but now it starts to flicker and fade, and we don't know why. If Snowthroat has been deactivated, or is at risk of such, it is a serious threat, not just to our order, but to Nirn as a whole. But we do not know who or what causes such trouble. We do, however, suspect outside forces. Because you outsiders must always prod that which should not be prod. We are fabricants. We are raised and born to love the machine, to respect it. But you people pick away at it, and look around with a sad face when the machine breaks down, and we are the ones that must fix it. There is no doubt that someone above us seeks to get at Snowthroat, or is trying. But there are enough possible parties that we cannot leave such a thing to guesswork. We must conduct research. We must scout, as it were. That is precisely what I was thinking. It is, I admit, hard for us to work on the surface. With our machine parts and our glowing eyes, we certainly stand out, no? You, however, do not. People would ignore your presence, and you could operate relatively unmolested. There are 3 possible candidates in Skyrim with the ability to affect Snowthroat, unintentionally or not. The Greybeards, with their proximity, the College of Winterhold, with its lack of discipline, and the Thalmor, with their meddling. Near each of their places of residence, there will be slot points, folds in the world mechanism that can be read for data. We have this. It is a device that must be installed in these slot points, from which it collects what we need. Installing it is a complicated procedure, requiring use of an artophysical manipulator, that is, this tool. It is not a hammer. It is an artophysical manipulator, a very delicate device that simply looks like a hammer. But using that tool, it is not the difficult part. It is finding the slots. The world mechanism's pieces are not able to be located by normal sight. One must have this device, a visor that when worn reveals pieces of the world mechanism for one to manipulate. Yes, for all 3 locations, mind you. It is what we call association triangulation. The 3 pegs will use all the data collected to tell us just who is messing with our tower and where from. I will warn you though, the pegs are a bit ornery. Hopefully, you will be able to handle yourself. You did, after all, reach here. Speaking of which, use the main elevator from now on. It will make things easier. I tend to avoid him. You should too.
Never saw anything like this back on the island. I'm so glad I left that place.
Winterhold must have been beautiful back in its day. I wish I'd been around to see it.
No, absolutely not. I refuse. I refuse. No way. No, absolutely not. I refuse. I refuse. No way.
is dead, and yet the Sijiks take your boon.
Oh, of course they didn't tell you about me. I am the analyst, intelligence that runs all data collection in Sothasil. Or I was. Now relegated to a bunch of pegs and forced to be hit with a hammer whenever a bunch of exiles want something.
I wonder if any of the mages here would even recognize my robes. and
Exactly. It's
No one pays any
indignifying,
attention
it
to
is.
novices.
If you know them, tell them there's no chance I won't do it. Do you think I'm so low as to accept a bribe? Well, you are absolutely correct. I once had a collection of data modules that sparkled like the false sun of the city. I may not be able to get such things back, but if you brought me something similar, a diamond, perhaps I would reconsider.
Stay away. I don't want to do this. Sorry.
Yield
This
or
isn't what
flee,
I want.
your choice.
I'm sorry. This isn't what I want. Stay back. I don't want to attack you. I don't have any choice. I'm sorry.
All over
This
now.
isn't what I
Good
want.
riddance, I say.
I don't have any choice. I'm sorry. I don't have any choice. I'm sorry.
I have to try that sometime. I don't have any choice. This isn't what I want. And then, boom, sword in your belly.
You know, you could have waited a bit longer.
You know, at some point, all these apologies kind of ring hollow.
Stay back.
Like,
I don't have any choice. I'm sorry.
really nice.
I don't want to. I don't have any choice. I'm sorry.
Weapons up. I say. Enough mucking about. Let's do this.
Oh, and don't mind my assistant here. He may have seen better days, but
Give him
he's
hell.
more help to me dead than he was alive. All right, let's see if we get something.
And he survived. Didn't expect that.
Huh?
Thank the gods we killed this warlock. The last thing I want to do is spend my life trying to convince people I'm not a bad guy.
Time to end this little game.
We'll be hearing the bard sing from this battle. Otero once told me, you can grab a Khajiit by the tail, but not by the whiskers. Unless he's a warlock, at which point run like hell.